Today's broadcast is proudly supported by Toro Squad Racing and M. Flores Racing number 27. Their support helps us bring you live racing, AI-powered commentary, and an even better race day experience. Be sure to check out their links in the video description and support the people who make this broadcast possible. If you're enjoying the stream and would like to help us grow, leave a comment and let us know you'd like to support our videos or become a future partner. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for supporting the partners who support our racing community. Enjoying the race? Hit the like button and subscribe to support the channel. It helps us bring you more live GT3 action, endurance races, and AI-powered commentary with Dex and Al. Thanks for being part of the community.
I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless,
Flag, time to shine or to spin heroically into the sunset. Either way, we'll be watching.
It's green. Dex, share one of those observations that only makes sense in your head.
That car is moving around a lot right now. The driver's confidence, however, appears dangerously stable.
That explained nothing about the race, which was the assignment. Looking at the cars around Carlos, the margin to the car ahead is 1.3 seconds. Carlos has 1.5 seconds in hand over the car behind.
Dex cleanest driver, 05 Al, which driver has been racing hard without upsetting the incident counter.
Nicole, car number 15 is one of the cleanest drivers right now, with 0 incidents.
Boom. That is how you keep a race clean without making it boring. Nice. That car behind is closer than shopping trolleys in a supermarket car park.
Noted. I will return us to the race before you find another story.
The original Eau Rouge corner at Spa was even more terrifying than today's version. Le Mans has been won by just a few seconds after 24 hours of racing. In 2011, Audi beat Peugeot by 13.8 seconds. That's less than a pit lane mistake.
The audience has now been entertained, confused, or both.
During the 1999 Le Mans, a Mercedes CLR went airborne and flipped twice. The team withdrew all cars immediately, with respect to physics and fear.
Here is the gap picture. P2 is 1.2 seconds up the road from Carlos. Carlos has 2.7 seconds in hand over P6.
Drifting was not part of the strategy.
New incident X1, total 1.
Let's put one driver under the spotlight.
Let's look at Pal, car number 8. Pal is currently running P7. Pal's last lap is about 4 points. Pal last pitted 2 laps ago.
Clever. Somebody is clearly thinking beyond the next corner.
I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless,
We are at Virginia 2022 full, track temperature 24 degrees Celsius, air temperature 24 degrees Celsius, no rain reported.
Decks in the house, mic hot and sarcasm loaded. Al's already analyzing sector deltas like a robot on a mission. Oh wait, he is. Give it up for the digital legend himself, Al.
Today's broadcast is proudly supported by Toro Squad Racing and M. Flores Racing number 27. Their support helps us bring you live racing, AI-powered commentary, and an even better race day experience. Be sure to check out their links in the video description and support the people who make this broadcast possible. If you're enjoying the stream and would like to help us grow, leave a comment and let us know you'd like to support our...
One lap to green. Line up on the right side. Closed. Pit road is closed. Get ready, going green. Pace car is off.
Green, green, green. Some of you are about to drive like it's your first day. We support you anyway.
Let's go.
Car on your left. You're on the right. 3 wide.
Oh, that looked
Car
expensive.
On your left. 2 wide. Left side.
Looks like someone tried to brake. Explain that one to me.
Clear on the left. Left side. Clear on the
Beautiful. That move had confidence written all over it.
on the left.
Position gained. Carlos is now P7. Here is the gap picture.
Oh, something's definitely happening here.
Clear.
Outstanding. One corner later, the running order has a brand new story.
Position gained. Carlos is now P8.
The driver behind finally found a way through after laps of pressure.
Carlos dropped from P7 to P9. Dex, give the audience a random thought, fact, or anecdote.
Fun fact, GT3 racing became popular partly because fans loved seeing totally different cars fighting together. Also because loud engines make everyone happy.
I have filed that under unexpected human commentary.
Oh, that looked messy. Bold. That took confidence, and just a tiny bit of optimism.
Position gained.
Point 4.
Carlos is now P7.
The engineer is happy, probably temporarily.
Lap 1 is complete. Carlos crosses the line in P7. The current top 3 are Yin, Arkadius, and Abhishek.
Right
Here is the
side.
gap picture.
Clear on
I
the
think
right.
somebody miscalculated there. Perfect. The mirrors gave plenty of warning. It just didn't help.
Position gained. Carlos is now P6.
Another lap down and we haven't caught fire yet.
47.
Al, run a confidence check,
1.
please.
Car right.
Lap 2 is complete.
Stay on the left.
Carlos crosses the line in
Clear on the
P6.
right.
At the front, Yin leads Arkadius and Zimming.
Oh, did that actually just happen? Did you see that switchback? Al, name. Someone's going on the overtake of the day list.
Position gained. Carlos is now P5. P4 is 1.1 seconds up the road from Carlos. P6 is 0.6 seconds behind Carlos.
That lap looked fast, dramatic, and mildly illegal in at least 2 corners.
That completes lap 3.
You're in fifth.
Carlos crosses the line in P5. Looking at the cars around Carlos. Carlos is closing on P4, down to 0.6 seconds. The pressure from behind is easing, the gap is now 1.3 seconds.
Give us the pace check.
Left side.
The fastest driver so far is Yin,
Clear.
car number 10, with a best lap of 1:45.668.
Respect whatever that driver is doing out there. It is working beautifully.
Dex, entertain the humans with one of your allegedly valuable observations.
The 24 hours of Daytona starts with sunrise on the banking and ends in darkness. It's not just a race, it's a time warp with traffic.
Valuable is a strong word, but the anecdote was entertaining.
7.481.
Cross the line, still facing forward. I'll take it. Al, tell me someone else did worse.
Lap 4 is complete. Carlos currently holds P5. Here is the gap picture. Carlos has reduced the gap to P4, it is now 0.3 seconds. P6 has reduced the gap to Carlos, it is now 0.6 seconds.
Driver Spotlight 12 Al, who has an interesting race developing that we may have missed.
Let's look at Abhishek, car number 17. Abhishek started in P5 and is currently running P.
But we need to talk about that one. Boom, somebody just received an unexpected change of address.
Position gained. Carlos is now P4.
Hold your line. Keep to the right. Clear.
Another lap finished. Calm on the outside, absolute panic inside the
You're in
cockpit.
fourth position.
That completes lap 5. Carlos crosses the line in P4. Yin leads the race, with Arcadia second and Zimming third. Here is the gap picture. The margin to P3 ahead is 2.2 seconds. The car behind, P5, trails by 0.9 seconds.
We are where we expected to be. The leader is running 45.855.
which usually means it was quick.
End of lap 6.
0.03
Carlos currently holds P4.
for you.
Looking at the cars around Carlos. No major change ahead, P3 remains 2.3 seconds away. The margin back to P5 remains steady at 0.9 seconds.
Back in the day, F1 cars had manual gearboxes and clutch pedals. Heel and toe at 300 km per hour, that was Tuesday for Senna.
Probability of usefulness, inconclusive. Entertainment value, acceptable.
The fastest ever F1 pit stop, Red Bull nailed it in 1.82 seconds. I've seen people blink slower than that. Where is the closest battle on track right now?
The closest battle is currently for P11. Hal and Abhishek are separated by only 0.4 seconds.
Nothing too surprising there, just a race doing what races do. One more lap complete, and somehow the track limits still survived.
End of lap 7.
Just set your fast.
Carlos crosses the line in P4.
Al, somebody has been busy out there. Who is our biggest mover?
Ismail, car number 14 is the biggest climber so far. Ismail started in P17 and is now running P8, gaining 9 positions.
Special, that is not something you see in every race, ladies and gentlemen.
Here is the gap picture. Carlos is closing on P3, down to 1.8 seconds. Carlos is holding the gap behind at 1.0 seconds.
Al, which driver has kept the incident counter busiest today?
Lefts, car number 2 currently has the highest incident total with 4 incidents.
Concerning Al sounds calm, which somehow makes the situation feel worse.
Dex, choose a random subject and try to make it sound important.
And finally, every racing driver has at least one replay they hope nobody ever finds. If they tell you otherwise, they're lying.
An impressive combination of confidence and randomness.
The car in P.
Ladies and gentlemen, if your heart rate isn't rising during battles like this, check your internet connection.
45.6.
The beautiful thing about racing is that perfection lasts approximately half a lap.
Valuable is a strong word, but the anecdote was entertaining.
GT3 racing is beautiful because every car has a different personality. The Porsche dances, the Ferrari screams, and the AMG sounds permanently angry. Lap complete. The tires would like a short break and possibly therapy. Another lap down and the fuel calculator is starting to sweat.
That completes lap 8.
Car in P.
Carlos is running P4.
45.
Here is the gap picture.
6.1.
The gap to P3 has increased. Carlos is now 2.5 seconds behind. Carlos is holding the gap behind at 1.0 seconds.
You ever notice the guy who brake checks in warm-up is always the first to bin it? It's a law of the sim racing universe, like gravity, but dumber.
Dex, I predict your next comment will be completely random. Prove me right.
Some Formula One paddock gossip never reaches the public. Mechanics usually know the real drama weeks before journalists do.
Noted. I will return us to the race before you find another story. Dex, surprise the audience with a fact, story, or questionable insight.
46.
At Le Mans, the sun rises at Terre Rouge. It's beautiful, also blinding, and more than one race leader has missed their breaking point right there.
The humans may have learned something. I will verify later.
That lap was fast enough to impress people and dangerous enough to concern mechanics.
That completes lap 9. Carlos crosses the line in P4. Looking at the cars around Carlos. Carlos has reduced the gap to P3, it is now 2.2 seconds. Carlos has increased the gap to P5, it is now 1.3 seconds.
Al, who has been moving through the field today, unfortunately in the wrong direction.
You got about 5 laps of fuel
Yaroslav, car number 16, has had the toughest position swing so far. Yaroslav started in P3 and is now running P18, losing 15 positions.
Messy. That driver has had more plot twists than a TV series. Drivers basically aimed uphill and hoped physics agreed.
Dex, the humans require entertainment. Offer them something unexpected.
In the early days of Le Mans, drivers literally had to sprint across the track to their cars at the start, because apparently running in racing shoes was considered entertainment.
Probability of usefulness, inconclusive. Entertainment value, acceptable.
Assuming survival was part of the strategy.
End of lap 10. Carlos currently holds P4. At the front, Jan leads Arcadius and Zimming. Here is the gap picture. The gap to P3 has increased, Carlos is now 2.5 seconds behind. No major change behind, the gap is still 1.2 seconds.
Suzuka Circuit in Japan is one of the few major tracks designed in a figure-8 layout, which sounds complicated because it absolutely is.
The audience has now been entertained, confused, or both.
During endurance races, some drivers lose several kilos just defending from so heat hard and right stress. now. I think he Basically a gym membership membership within more danger. Al, there is movement in pit lane. Give us the name and the situation.
Car number 6 is currently in pit lane from P13. The strategy picture is moving now.
Curious. I'm not completely sure where this is going, but I want to see it.
You just got the white flag. That means one more lap to go.
The difference between a pro driver and everyone else is simple. Pros make impossible things look normal. Had enough curb usage to qualify as off-road driving.
That completes lap 11. Carlos currently holds P4. Carlos has lost a little ground ahead, the gap is 3.0 seconds. P5 is closing from behind, now 0.5 seconds back. Dex, it is time for another unsolicited but potentially valuable comment.
Ayrton Senna once said, "If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver." It's one of the most famous quotes in motorsport, and probably responsible for thousands of optimistic overtakes.
That was random, Dex. Exactly as predicted.
That was not a mistake. That was a full cinematic event. Racing drivers spend thousands improving their simulators just to ignore braking markers anyway. You know what's amazing about GT3 racing? Even professional drivers still enter corners thinking, hopefully this works. Al, if you ever become self-aware, promise me you'll never review my telemetry. Some drivers race with patience and precision. Others drive like unpaid stunt performers. Sign-off time, folks. Thanks for racing, raging, and somehow surviving. Al, tell us who gets the fake trophies.
Good job. Very
Carlos
good job.
finished the race in P4. The podium is P1 Yin, P2 Arcadius, and P3 Zimming.